We have brotherhood written all over the wall. We often say, don't say it if you don't mean it.
Because that's what this program really is. It's about love and it's about brotherhood.
Nobody at the U.S. Naval Academy takes that sign and that word more seriously than senior linebacker Paul Carothers.
A wise person can use the lessons that you learn in football, like about having grit, about getting back up, about loving the people to the right and to the left of you and in front of you and behind you. You keep on pushing forward.
I've grown up with Paul since elementary school, and this dude cares so much, not about himself, but about everyone else that he plays next to.
Paul learned football, loyalty, and honor from his dad, Pat Carothers, a former college linebacker who also sent 2 older sons to Annapolis. But Paul was the football kid.
The coaches for the Wolves, Pat Carothers. Number 17, Paul Carothers.
He was my coach all throughout my life coach, football coach.
He had a drive and a passion to do well in football, and not just to please his daddy. I just believe that he loved it as much as his daddy, if not more.
When I would have a day of self-pity, whether that had to do with practice or just life, he would just be like, hey, Carothers never quit.
There was one more thing that Pat Carothers never did. He never discussed the details of his job as a United States Marshal.
I would say, no, tell the kids what you do, because he would be really tight-lipped about it. Sometimes he would tell us a little bit, but a lot of it he hid.
One of our probably more well-known functions is fugitive apprehension, and that's what Pat was in. It's very dangerous.
On November 18, 2016, Paul's freshman season at Navy, Deputy Commander Pat Carothers and his team of U.S. Marshals converged on a trailer park in Long County, Georgia. They were in search of a fugitive wanted for multiple counts of attempted murder of police.
He had told me Thursday night that they were going after a bad guy. Of course, he'd been after a lot of bad guys, so I didn't particularly think there would be an issue.
He had recently just come up for a JV game, so that was really nice to have him up here.
So the last words he said to you were?
I love you. Yeah.
The U.S. Marshals reporting the death of one of their own. Deputy Marshal Patrick Carothers was serving an arrest warrant in southeast Georgia.
The worst part was telling my children. You know, I just didn't want to have to tell my children. Yeah.
My mom called me the worst kind of sadness, worst tears, with a wailing of a broken heart.
According to the U.S. Marshal Service, the 53-year-old deputy commander was at the lead search position when he was shot twice by the fugitive who was hiding in a bedroom. Pat Carothers died on the scene. The fugitive was killed in the shootout.
I remember seeing Paul, and we were all in tears. The company officer was trying to make arrangements for him to go home, and Paul said, yeah, I'm gonna practice first with the team, and then I'll worry about going home. Thinking back, just, it's who Paul is.
A Carothers never quits, and the midshipmen never forget family. Members of the Navy coaching staff attended the memorial service.
Just the dignity and the composure of Paul when we were there. And to see him in that capacity, you know, being there for support for his mom, one of the more powerful things I've experienced in my life.
3 weeks later, Paul, the scout team linebacker, played in his first Army-Navy game.
It was a ray of sunshine and hope and light in a dark alley.
This past April, Navy's players paid Paul the ultimate honor, naming the 3-year backup as a team captain, a distinction usually reserved for starters. Then on October 5th came another moment to remember, his first ever start.
Paul Carothers gets the QB.
I think the Air Force game meant a lot to him because he got to start. If Paul doesn't play that well, we don't win.
That was an emotional game for me because I did think about Dad after the game. And the only thing I was missing was a big bear hug from him after the game.
As his fourth and final Army-Navy game approached, there were reminders everywhere of duty and valor. As always, Paul Carothers is never alone on the field.
By the way I play, Dad will be speaking through me, just by what he's taught me, the time that we have had, the times he's mentored me.
He persevered, and that was important to Pat. I feel like he'll be looking down on him with the biggest smiles.
He would have been so proud, yes. He would have. He's going to be there with us, yes, he is.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.